Oh, all right. Okay, where are we going? Oh, this way. Oh, I could go out that way. I'll just go out the front. Woo! Burp. Nice restaurant. Here, there we go. Escadrilla restaurant and functions. Okay, hey guys. So I just didn't want to talk while I was walking through the restaurant. I'm going out with this dog outside, and I have some food for her in the restaurant. Oh, I left the poo bag there. I forgot to dump it. Parking lot cleared out a little bit. Yeah, the food was really good in there. We've all been just kind of gathering around, sharing stories and talking. Hello. Oh. There you go. Hi, bud. Oh, come on back here. Hop on back. Yeah, get back here. Oi, Botarde, Fortaleza, Serate, Manda, Umbraco. I have no idea what you're saying. I don't speak whatever the language is. I'm Italian, but I don't speak Italian, sadly. Loony, look what I got for you. So we got her a piece of fish. This was really good. It's like a white fish, and I think it's rolled with like some butternut squash. It's like stuffed with like some sort of squash or something inside in the middle. Brazil. See, a Brazilian, so it's probably like some sort of Spanish, or I don't know if Brazil has its own language. So we're here for a funeral for my great uncle and my aunt. They both passed away within 24 hours of each other in their 90s. Dog hair up there. So I have my service dog with me, but I didn't want to bring her into the restaurant because it's like a really, really nice Italian restaurant. It's just a really nice restaurant, so. But I brought her some food out to the car. You're not going to come eat? Come on and eat. Hi. Come eat. You can hop over. Come on. I brought you out a piece of food. Get over here. Come on. Hop up. There you go. Come on. Can you do it? Is your leash stuck? Maybe your leash is stuck. No, it's not stuck. There you go. You did it. There you go. Yeah. Good. Like the fish? Yeah, we left early this morning, so she didn't get to eat much. There you go. Why don't you get your crumbs before you start on the chicken? So that's what I had too. I had a piece of the fish, I had a piece of the chicken, and then there was just like some green beans and stuff. But the fish and the chicken was really good. Like I said, it's like white fish and stuffed with like some sort of squash or sweet potato maybe. But she likes both of those. She likes squash and she likes sweet potato, so that's probably why she's wolfing down the fish. It's stuffed with everything she likes. There you go. Yeah, was that yummy? Is that yummy? And I'll take you for a walk around. She pooed last time I had her out. Okay. Oh, hold on. Alright, give me a second. Hold on. You want to come out and you can do a walk around? Come on. Oh, take you for a walk. I'll take you for a walk. Oh, yeah, I fixed my hair a little bit while I was in there just because it was really messy because we were still messy. Oh, no, those strands go down like little wispy strands. My earring keeps falling off. I gotta make sure I don't lose it because these are new and they're cute. Here, let's get a baggie. Get a poo bag for her. I'll just throw these tissues in the poo bag, and then if she poos again, then I can pick it up too. Yeah, I was able to hang my coat. They had a coat rack, so and my coat was like dragging on the floor in the restaurant. I usually hang it on the back of the chair, but this coat is so long, it was like dragging. So they did have a coat room. I just had to go find it. Like it's a, you know, it's a nice restaurant when they have a coat room for your coats. Okay, so now I can dump this. Loony has something to eat. Cause yeah, like I said, we were out really early this morning. We left. Hi. So she didn't eat much of her breakfast. She doesn't like to eat in the morning, but we had to leave, so she wasn't with her food. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't expecting to get teary today, but I did a little bit at the funeral. I swear, I don't know if it's like the herbs they put, like they put the frankincense and the incense in the air. I swear it's like the herbs or the music or something. It gets me every time. Like I don't think I'm gonna cry at the funeral, and then I cry. Like I hold it together all week. I'm good, and then at the funeral I end up crying, like in the church. And I'm not religious, so it's like, why am I crying? Like all this stuff. Although it was a really good sermon. And then my one of my second cousins or something. I never know how exactly I'm related to these people, but they're either an uncle or a second cousin or something like that. He gave like a cute, nice little speech. So that was nice. It's like a funny thing he said at the very end, where he's like, and we know that Uncle Nick, when he arrives at the pearly gates, is going to pull Peter aside, and St. Peter, who said, I think it was St. Peter, like I said, I'm not religious, he said, you know, he's going to grab St. Peter or St. Paul aside and tell him how he can make the gates work better, or fix the pearly gates. Because my uncle was always like that. He'd be pulling the man aside and be like, hey, you know how you can do this better. So they said, Uncle Nick, it was like this last line he had, like, you know, like 3 things are for certain right now. Like, you know, death is a very confusing time, but 3 things we know are for certain, that like we're all together in this, and a few different things. And then the end was like, and we know that Uncle Nick, we're all going to be here together to get through this, that Auntie Dottie and Uncle Nick are reuniting with everyone we've lost in heaven right now, like we've lost in the past, that we're all here together to get through this into the future. And the last thing we know for certain is that Uncle Nick, right about now, is at the pearly gates pulling St. Peter aside and telling him how he can make those gates work better. So I just thought that was funny. Everyone laughed. It was like just a cute little moment. You always got to have a little bit of levity at a funeral, or it just gets too sad. So, and our family's such a big goofy family that, like, our family members, there's certain members of our family that are like, they're characters, you know. I was talking with someone on here the other night when I was live, and they mentioned how, I guess I was telling them where I'm from, and I forgot all about this, but I do remember kind of back in the day when we used to watch The Sopranos, that show about like the Italian mob family. And I guess my family and the families of the Sopranos are from like the exact same place in Italy, because they mentioned it on the show. It's Avellino, Ariano, and I always forget the second part of it, but there's a place called Ariano Imperio or something like that in Italy. It's what my name is after. My name is Ariana, and I was named after the place in Italy where my family was from named Ariano. And yeah, it was funny. He looked it up and he was like, oh, that's the same place the Sopranos are from. And I was like, yeah, I kind of remember that. My whole family was like obsessed with that show because Loony, she's playing. Are you wiggling? Yeah, you had a long day in the car, huh? You rolling down the hill? Yeah, my whole family loved that show because we were from the same area and they understood a lot of like the Italian slang. But yeah, my point I was getting to was just like saying how like my family is like, we have like our own characters. Like a lot of them are like characters from a TV show. They have like very quirky personalities. So my Uncle Nick was like, I always used to say that if my family was the Italian mafia, my Uncle Nick would be the boss, the mob boss. He was like the head patriarch of the family, and nothing got past Uncle Nick. Someone left a sushi container out here. Leave that alone. So, long live Uncle Nick, the mob boss of my family. I don't know who's going to take his place now that the boss is gone. Oh, but yeah, so it's warmed up a little bit at least. It doesn't feel as cold as it was earlier. Although maybe it's just because I got food in my stomach now. You always feel a little warm after you eat. Whew. My body's making its heat digesting. Yeah, so Loony's been in the car all day. It's hard for her because she's just a young dog. She did okay. She made a couple little noises at the funeral, and I don't know that anybody heard her. My ears are hyper alert to it. She feels like these little whines under her breath. She goes like that. It's like really quiet, but like it's high pitched, so you hear it. It's those husky whines. So I started walking her around a little bit when we were at a grave site. That's the only time I let her out of the car. But that's why I didn't want to bring her in the restaurant, because I didn't want to make her make any noise. That's like the biggest thing we're working on right now with her service dog stuff is she makes noises still sometimes. And it's not like all the time, but especially if she's been like cooped up all day and she's a little anxious because she doesn't know where we are. And she makes some noises, and it's like, it's not professional. And especially like at a funeral, man, everyone's like quiet and somber, and then you hear this dog going. So yeah, we didn't take her in, so she's good. There's just a couple more things we have to work on. It's like you think you're getting there, and then there's like little things that you notice that still are little problems. I gotta work on a quiet command. It's hard. It's like hard for a really vocal dog. And she's a husky. There are some drawbacks to having a husky as a service dog, definitely, or a service dog in training. She's a good girl, though. She's very sweet. I love their personality as far as for psychiatric work, because they have such a sweet, loving, and loyal personality. She's very in tune with me and wants to be there for me. When we were in the car on the way back from the funeral, like, she can tell when people are getting upset, and she'll lean her head on. She comes and she was in the back seat, so she'll come up behind you and she'll lean her head right on your shoulder like this. She'll go like this on your shoulder. It's very sweet. Are you rolling? Are you rolling? There must be lots of different smells out here rolling, huh? Yeah, I know. It's gonna be sad not having my uncle around anymore. My grandma's gone, my uncle's gone. My auntie I wasn't as close with, but he was just, she was always with my uncle, obviously, is his wife. A shopping cart down there. It's weird. Upside down shopping cart in the woods. I was like, what is that thing at first? Hi! My foot was feeling better today. Usually I have these boots on that they're really flat, like they don't have a big sole, so they're not usually the most comfortable, but they're actually not feeling too bad today, which I think would mean that my foot is feeling a little better because they're not sensitive to it. Usually my foot is really sensitive to this. So I have a bad ankle. It's like really messed up. Although when we were standing out in the cold at the funeral, whole foot like froze up, it like stiffened, and then when I tried to walk again, I was like falling. Almost fell over. I had to use her handle to support myself for a second. Now I don't walk with her handle. I don't use it for any type of heavy mobility, but sometimes if you're slipping, you can just grab it to just kind of steady yourself. It's a very soft handle, so you can't really get like a lot of steadiness. But if you do that and then just kind of brace on her back for a second, I need to get a more rigid handle for that kind of stuff. So that one's a little too soft, but it works just for kind of catching my balance for a sec. You know, when you're just kind of a little and you need to put your hand out, it kind of just gives you something to grab onto to ground yourself for a sec. It's more me, just myself, like putting my hand out and steadying myself. But having to be able to hold on to the handle is like an extra thing that's like just grounding while you're catching your steadiness. Oh, yeah, I had better eyeliner on today. That's all wiped off too, because my eyes were watering and crying and stuff. It wasn't crying really, they just like start watering and tearing up. It gets sad and emotional, and then not sad. It's not sad because they were in their 90s. They lived such a long life. It's, I don't know, it's like complicated feelings because they deserve to be able to pass on and have peace, but you're gonna miss them. So that's just the sad part, is just missing them. But I mean, it's not necessarily sad for them. It's sad for us who were left behind. But my Uncle Nick knew he was going, and it's almost a blessing for my Auntie Dottie because, hey, leave that alone. Found a wrapper. My Auntie Dottie had dementia, and it's hard to live like that. And my Uncle Nick, after he passed, she went within 24 hours. So it's like he had just put her into an assisted living home because he knew he was passing away. He was her caretaker for like the last 10 years, and they were both in their 90s, so he was getting to the point where he couldn't really care for her anymore. So he finally, like literally the last week before he passed away, put her into an assisted living and then passed away. And then the next day she passed away. So I don't know, it's like almost a blessing for her. And for him, it's, you know, they're in their 90s. What can you expect? Oh, I love these bushes. These are the type of bushes. They're called, God, what are they called? Bittersweet. But they make great perches for my birds because they're like so viney and crazy. The vines like twist, especially like this part here up at the top where you get like these crazy twisty thick vine that twists, and then other stuff twists around them. Those are the type of things I usually pick, those like here, down here. Let's see. So they're all twisty and viney. I'll usually clip those types of vines and then put them through my bird cage. People are starting to get going, so. Yeah, see, like these twisty, it's all from the same type of, they're like a crazy viney bush. And like there, where they all twist around each other. How am I doing, elder sister? I'm doing okay. How are you doing? I'm at my uncle's funeral. So I'm here walking around. Oh yeah, here you go. I got kind of purple eyeshadow today. It was on, but it's more of like a dark, it's like dark black and purple. But most of it wiped off because I'm at a funeral and I was tearing up. Yeah, my great aunt and uncle, who were both in their 90s, we had a double funeral for them. So I'm just here, had to come outside. We're at like an Italian restaurant having their memorial dinner, and I just came outside to bring my dog some food. Oh, bye. My cousin's leaving. Hey, Loony, you got snow on your nose. Thank you. Yeah, my everyone was having some food, and we ate, and we're just sharing memories inside, but I had to come out and bring food to my pupper and let her go to the bathroom and stuff. But I'm probably gonna head back in a second. Yeah, how are you doing, Modamon? Yeah, they just did the funeral for them both. They buried them together. Yeah, it was a beautiful story with them together. And my uncle got like a veteran send-off, so they put the American flag on his casket and everything, and they played the taps, and the like taps is like the American anthem for soldiers when they pass away, because he was in the Navy. He was one of like, I can't remember the story. It was either he was the only survivor or there was like 2 or 3 survivors, and he was one of 2 or 3. I thought my mom said he was the only one, but his ship went down in the Navy in World War II. So, and he was the Grand Marshal this past year, this summer, at the Memorial Day Parade. So he got like a special send-off with the American flag on his grave and stuff. And then they fold the American flag up and they gave it to his son, which is his only son. He's been like really torn up all day. It's just been sad watching him for the most part. So he's been like crying and sobbing and breaking down every few minutes. Whew. I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, we're from New Hampshire. We're in Boston now. Well, right outside of Boston in Massachusetts, which is a state below us. So it's still cold. It's a little warmer than where I am, because I'm further up north. But yes, he was a war veteran. Yep, he was in the Navy. His ship sunk, and he was one of a very few survivors, if not the only survivor. So he was a war hero. He had his little pins and his plaque and everything on. He was dishonorably discharged and all that when he finally quit. So it was cool. And he was honored this past year at the Memorial Day thing, which was really nice of them to do. And they made him the Grand Marshal. He got to ride in the front of the parade and stuff. It was cool. I didn't make it to that, but most of the family went to go see him at the Memorial Day parade. Yeah, it was during World War II. Long time ago. Been alive a very long time. That was something else the preacher said this when we were at the church this morning. He was like, most of you don't remember a time in your life without Uncle Nick and Auntie Dottie, because they were like pretty much the oldest people in the room. They were like almost 100 years old, both of them. So he was basically like, most of you don't remember a time before them. So it's going to be odd going forward, just because there wasn't a time where they didn't exist in our lives. You read about the Boston Tea Party. Also, there's Boston University. Yep. Yeah, that's all close by. We went to the Boston Tea Party, the ship, once, a few years ago. You can actually like go, there's like a Tea Party museum where you go on the ship, or like near the ship. I don't think you can go on it, but you can go near it. And then there's the USS Constitution Museum, which is another ship from the war there. I gotta go down this. Okay, we're gonna put the dog back in the car, because I think a lot of people are coming out, so we're probably gonna be getting ready to leave soon. Hey, you girl. You have some more water? Lick up your crumbs. Yeah, it's a cool story. We learned about that in history too. It was always cool learning about that stuff in history because it was so close by. And like they could actually take you to the sites of that kind of stuff. Like when I was in history class, we learned about it in like the 2nd grade, and then they took us to like some of the places. Like they would have us walk around. We took the train down to Boston, and we actually walked around and like went to some of the places we were learning about, which is really cool. It's like cool when you're a kid to be able to do that. Which country you share your ethnicity except USA? I live in the USA, the United States, and then Boston is an area, Massachusetts, and Boston is an area inside the USA. And then I'm Italian, is my ethnicity. My family's from Italy. That's why we're in an Italian restaurant here. So my whole family, my great uncle here, his dad came over from Italy when he was 15. That's my great uncle and my grandma were brother and sister. And their dad came over from Italy when he was like 15 or so. Yeah, it looks like people are coming out. Yep. Thank you.
Where's the puppy?
She's in the car. Why, you want to say hi?
Yeah, of course.
Right. I was about to dump her pee. Oh, was she crying?
Remember earlier? I could hear her.
Oh yeah, at the funeral there, she was crying a little bit. Yeah, I just took her for a walk around and I brought her out something. I snuck her out some food.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that
really is cute.
Oh, you're so cute. So cute. She loves her attention. How old is she? She'll be 2 the end of the month. Aww. Yeah, she's still learning a little bit to shut up. She's still learning to shut up a little bit.
Don't worry about it. We have a 5-year-old and he doesn't shut up.
I know, she was like, under her breath, I was like...
I know, but she's pretty good. She was kind of being quiet.
Yeah, I was like, please, I hope no one heard that.
No, you're fine.
She's awesome.
Oh, you're so cute.
Now we're going to go home and our dog's going to be like, what?
You too.
Bye,
Good
honey.
to see
See
you.
you later.
Wish the circumstances were better, but...
They're going to be. We're going to do that more often.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be another barbecue this summer. Uncle Nicky's barbecue. All right, take care. That was my cousins, my family. They came to see the pup. That's my family coming to see the pup. They all love her. Yeah, she made a couple noises at the funeral. Oh, now she's crying again as I'm walking away. You think history and English literature were... Well, yeah, because people write English literature about a lot of the history. So a lot of the literature books are based on the history. Okay, I'm going back into the restaurant, so I'm going to have to go. But yeah, everybody have a good night. I probably won't be live again today until later. No, probably not at all, because I'm not going to get home until late. But I'll see everybody later, tomorrow or the next day or something. I'm baby dog sitting again this week, so I'll probably go live with the pups later this weekend, I mean. But yeah, everybody take care. Thanks for dropping in, Modaman. It was good to see you again. I have to dump this food bag somewhere. Is there an outside trash here? I don't want to dump it inside, but... Let's see if there's maybe one around back. Oh no, I don't see one. But anyway, all right, I gotta find a place to dump these bags. I'll see you guys. Bye. Thanks for dropping in.